What I say about the planes is, what I show is the buildings turned, I like to go with what I can observe did happen. The buildings turned to dust in midair. Planes can't do that. Real planes can't do that, neither can fake planes. So the plane issue is irrelevant to what happened to the buildings. Does that help?
Not really.
Yeah, a lot of people, get their, hung up on the plane stories because of all the videos of the planes and so on, the stories of the passengers and so on. How I answer that question, apart from agreeing with what Dr. Wood says, if you look at the physical evidence, what happened to the buildings is not really affected by what the planes did or didn't do. You can clearly see the anomalous damage, which is partly covered, and is it chapter 1 you do that, where you've got the Roadrunner picture? Yeah, well, that's covered in chapter 1 of the book. The physical damage to the face of the World Trade Center could not have been caused by a Boeing plane. That's Newton's third law, very simply. Yeah. So that's the starting point. As to what happened to the passengers, well, there's all kinds of research you can look at. I usually mention Elias Davidson's research, for example, where he went and looked for any testimony from ground crew, it's people actually on the ground, about any of the hijackers getting on any of the flights, and he couldn't find any anywhere in any of the public record. So, there's no actual record of any of these hijackers getting on the planes, and then there's the stories of the BBC interviewing after after the things. 9 of them have been interviewed or something. That's in the Loose Change film. You can also look at the Loose Change number 2, where they have a 15-minute segment. 2 of the flights landed at Cleveland Airport, and the passengers disembarked. 2 of the flights that were supposedly involved in 9/11. So there are many, many anomalies in the plane stories. I've done an article about the first responders' testimonies, where I went through 500 witness accounts, looked at what they said about the second plane impact. There's one particular one that sticks in my mind, where there's Chief Ganshi and another guy stood next to each other. One guy says, "Oh, there's another plane just crashed," and the other guy stood next to him. This is within a quarter of a mile of the World Trade Center. No, there's no plane crash there. There's just a building exploded. And these guys are stood right next to each other. So what's going on with that?